Hey, welcome to bird class at my house. Okay, so I told you I was going to gut this turkey, and I will. Remember, this turkey is one that died in my yard during the winter. I don't know if it starved to death or whatnot. It feels like there's hardly any meat on its body. So we'll check it out. But he might get a turkey Sunday, and I'm going to show you how to kind of cut one up. It's going to be pretty easy. Hopefully, you can see okay. Got my dirty clothes on, got my dirty table. Hopefully, not enough light. Not exactly a studio here, but it kind of works. Okay, so this is a young male, and he died in, I want to say like December or so. I still see a little bit of frost there. Boy, I hope he's going to be thawed out enough to process. I think he will be. Okay, so here's how you can tell he was a male. Pretty good sized beard on him. People that harvest them, they get really excited by the length of the beard. The biggest beard I've ever got is like 10 inches. I'm going to say this is about an 8-inch beard. Pretty good sized beard. The other thing that you might see on a male is during the springtime, their head is kind of like a blue red color, but this is wintertime, so he looks a little bit different. In fact, he's got a lot more feathers on his head than he would during the spring. Sometimes, if you look on the back of their legs, you can see things called spurs. Have you guys ever heard about chickens fighting or whatnot? But they fight with these big spurs back here. And of course, pheasants will do it, turkeys will do it, and I've seen some turkeys that I've harvested with big owies in their legs from probably other guys, hitting them pretty hard. So yeah, he is got a little bit of froze still. Boy, I've had him in there for a long time. I believe it's not perfect right now, but this will work. This will work. Then big tail feather in the back. We'll cut that off. I'll show you guys how you kind of mount that up. Okay, let's just jump into this little baby. Oh, these wings. Those of you that archery hunt, this is what they make the feathers on the back of arrows with. Really, really good. A lot of people that make their own arrows want those from me. This is my little knife. It's called a Havilon. Sharp as can be. Actually comes with little disposable like scalpels, like that they use in a hospital. And then you put those little babies on there, and it is sharp, sharp, sharp. Oh, see, there's hardly any meat on him. Crazy. I'm gonna make a little cut here. This would be a little bit easier if he was like warm. Like let's say you just got it or something. This would be a lot easier. As you can see, he is a little bit on the frozen side. Just slice down here. So you just kind of want to expose the breast meat. Just make a slice down. Pull this way. Pull that way. And you can see it's starting to come out. Okay, so there's the good meat right there. Find my knife here. Normally, on a real mature bird, this is going to be huge, really fat, all the way out into here. Like I said, I think, had a sickness going on. For some reason, he just didn't make it through the winter. I'm going to try to see if I can see something in here. What I can tell right now is his odor is a little bit different. Kind of got a little bit more of a stench. I don't know why. Maybe he had some sort of disease that made his meat smell a little bit worse. I'm not eating this. I'm just going to put it off to the side. If this is one that I'd killed, I'd have like a metal dish out here and I put the meat in there. And then I like to take it inside and mix a little salt water together, put the meat in there, let it sit overnight in the refrigerator. And that salt helps draw any blood that might be in the meat or anything out. And of course, who doesn't like salt? It's one of those flavors things are really nice. But that's a typical thing hunters do. You don't have to do that. You can cut this sucker right off the bone and start going to town on it. How my family and I normally eat these, we like to cut them up into nuggets, and then I deep fat fry it. And I like to deep fat fry it, not very long either, at about 350 degrees, maybe 400 even on the oil. And you're just going to deep fat fry it for maybe a minute and a half. I mean, you want it still juicy and everything else, but man, it's fantastic. Okay, another little chunk of meat that came out. And once again, if I was going to make nuggets, I don't like them too small. I like them kind of big, you know. And then I'll put some lemon on it, let it soak overnight. It doesn't have to be overnight, but at least 15 minutes. I usually like to go overnight with a little lemon juice on it. And then I take it out of the lemon juice and I just dust it in some flour with a little panko and then just deep fat fry it. Man, it is just so good. Afterwards, you know, you can put some more seasoning on it if you want, squirt some more lemon juice. Just delicious, just delicious. Okay, so we got that off. This little part right up here was his crop, and you can see some of the stuff that he was eating. Got some pine needles in here, a lot of old berries. So these old berries are old, I want to call them elderberries. They turn blue in the fall time. You see them on trees. In fact, there's an elderberry way down in there, which you can't see, but there's an elderberry bush down there, and the grouse during the fall time just love to eat it. So that's his crop. Big old keel plate right here. And kind of we pop into here, you can see its intestines and stuff, but holy cow, this is kind of really frozen. Got a nasty little noise there. Sorry about that. Reach into here. Here's a big old heart. His heart's black. Trippy. Like I said, I usually don't dissect animals that die on their own, so they definitely look a little bit different. Liver. Probably one of the biggest organs you're going to see in the body is this giant liver. Black. You can see the different lobes on it. And some people like to eat, you know, liver. Not me in particular. I think there's a reason you got them, because you don't want to eat the guts. You get the guts out. You know what I'm saying? Dun, dun. This next little big little sucker right here. Wish you could see better in here, but it is what it is. I have no cameraman. This right here is this gizzard. So they don't really have a stomach. You know, the food goes in this crop thing here, like a little storage unit, you know, right here at their throat. You'll see that on birds, like you get all puffy because that's what they ate. And then it goes down in through their esophagus and it slides into this little baby. Now, some people like to eat this thing. Chicken gizzards, have you ever heard chicken gizzards? They're okay. They're really crunchy. It's hard meat. And on the inside will be rocks, because when they eat these little things, they go in here and then the rocks all grind it up. Like I said, they don't have the stomach. This is kind of basically their stomach. Afterwards, then the ground up stuff will slide back out into its lower intestines and get dissolved and get absorbed into the body. So I'm going to cut this little baby open. Dry tube. Kind of frozen. Hear that? That's froze. Maybe some rocks in there too. So when they make these for food, you know, they open these up. You don't eat all the rocks and crap out of there. They clean them out. But look at that. You see all those little rocks falling out? Isn't that kind of trippy? So little tiny ones. Tons of little rocks in there. Now this is kind of weird. Over like in Africa, like let's say you're an ostrich, you might pick up a shiny little rock like that called a diamond. And there might be a bunch of diamonds in here. And of course, you know, diamonds, they don't break down. So they stay in there. And hunters would go out and poach ostriches just to see if there's a diamond in there. I don't know how many they'd kill to find out if there's one diamond in there. But just think, one diamond might be worth it. Poor ostriches. Anyway, a lot of rocks. So then you can eat the rest of that. So if you're at a store and you see chicken hearts and chicken gizzards, that's what we're talking about. And then they deep fat fry them. And yeah, I'm tasty. I don't think they're that bad. I've had them before. I don't like eating liver. I'm just not a big fan of the liver. Okay, so now I'm going to take off this tail feather. Turkey hunters, a lot of times, this is like one of the trophies that they keep from their tail, or is the tail. And you just kind of come here at the end of their little bum bum, which is called a cloaca, and you just cut it off underneath that. And then I like to take it to a little board and I stretch it all out, and then I hammer it down. Okay, you just put a kind of nail in here, nail in there, nail in there, stretch that baby down, and in about 2 weeks, it's going to be solid just like that. And of course, some of you guys, you might have got one of these I gave to you. I love giving these things away to students. So that's pretty much it. That's kind of how you process a turkey. The other thing is the legs, you know, and those you just kind of push right up through the skin. Poor little guy. He's just not really thick. Like usually these drumsticks in the back are huge. This little guy had a sickness. He definitely had a sickness. Okay, so I might as well show you how to pop that off really quick. Come here right where the leg kind of bends. Do a little slice there. And slice here. And slice around. Grab it like this and go. Nice little noise. Bring your little knife under here. And then there's the foot. Now the feet are kind of cool. You kind of put them against something up like this and let them dry. And you end up with having these little dried little feet. Wow. Look how long those toenails are. That means that little baby wasn't walking around much. I've never seen toenails that long on a turkey. Usually when they're walking, they wear them down. Weird. Very weird. Just different. Never seen a turkey like this. Did I tell you it stinks? Pretty smelly. So I'm going to grab here. You can see I like taking this off like a sock. And keep pulling. See how it's all coming? Boom, just like that. And then over here, I'm going to break the hip. Hear that little pop? And then you can see the bone sticking out from the hip bone. And I'm just going to slide right on that in the front and the back. And boom, guys. There's our little drumstick. Little thigh and everything else. Once again, these are usually so thick. But this is a sick bird. This is a sick bird. Well, there we go. The mess of success. I know, if you hunt, you know what I'm talking about. It takes a little while to get them juicy. So I hope you enjoyed the little dissection. Wish we could have done it in class. What can I say? All right, guys. Come see me. Keep emailing me about your birds. All right, guys, I'm going to shut this little baby down. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. It's kind of cool, though, isn't it?